Listen carefully from the very beginning. Every word, every reaction, every silence matters. Somewhere inside this story, the criminal is hiding in plain sight, and only those who pay close attention will be able to identify the truth before the end. The doorbell rang at exactly 2:17 a.m. Ethan Cross glanced at his reflection in the floor-length mirror, irritation creasing his handsome face. The city lights behind him painted his luxury apartment in cold blue shadows. His phone was still in his hand. The call abruptly ended after another refusal. He muttered something bitter under his breath and moved toward the door, already convinced that the night would bend to his will, as it always had. When he opened it, the man standing there did not speak. Ethan barely had time to register the unfamiliar eyes before something thin, strong, and cold wrapped around his neck. He struggled, knocking over a glass table, his breath turning into desperate gasps. The attacker did not rush. There was precision in the movements. Practiced calm, within moments, Ethan's body went still. The killer adjusted the corpse carefully, seating it upright before the mirror. A polished award was placed gently in Ethan's lifeless hands, positioned so its reflection was perfectly visible. Only then did the intruder step back, gaze lingering for a second longer than necessary, before disappearing into the night. When two frightened escorts arrived minutes later, screaming echoed through the building. By sunrise, the city was awake, and so was fear. Detective Inspector Pallavi Reed stood at the crime scene, her expression unreadable as forensic teams worked around her. Security cameras in the building had been disabled manually, not hacked, disabled. That detail alone narrowed the suspect pool more than any fingerprint. Police Commissioner Daniel Arjun arrived shortly after. The moment his eyes fell on the body's position, his face tightened. Memories he had buried decades ago resurfaced without permission. 25 years earlier, he had seen bodies arranged the same way, always facing mirrors, always staged with unsettling care. He ordered a private call placed to a high-security prison outside the city. The answer unsettled him. The woman connected to those murders was still incarcerated. That night, hundreds of miles away, inmate Evelyn Moore paused mid-stretch during her solitary yoga routine. The television mounted high on the prison wall replayed the breaking news. When the anchor mentioned the thin nylon cord used in the murder, Evelyn's breath faltered for the first time in years. She smiled, not with joy, with recognition. The next morning, investigative journalist Lucas Gray confronted Commissioner Arjun, suggesting publicly what Arjun refused to confirm: a copycat, or worse, a continuation. Arjun shut the idea down immediately, warning Gray against spreading panic. But silence spoke louder than denial. That same night, an unidentified figure slipped quietly into a suburban home. A family slept inside. What happened there was not shown, only implied, and the absence of detail was far more disturbing than any image. Arjun knew he could not do this alone. He visited Evelyn Moore in prison. She listened patiently as he described the murder, her eyes calm, observant. Then she said something that unsettled everyone in the room. "The person you're looking for isn't copying me," she said softly. "They're correcting me." Evelyn Moore was not her real name. 25 years ago, the world had known her as Rebecca Hawley, a woman convicted of multiple murders, though officially charged with only one. Her crimes followed a pattern the police never fully understood, because she never explained it. She had negotiated a new identity in exchange for partial confessions, vanishing into the prison system under a false name. Now someone had studied her work, studied her pain. Against every instinct and policy, Arjun requested special authorization to bring her into the investigation under constant supervision. He knew the risk. He also knew the cost of ignoring her. To lead the case, he assigned Senior Inspector Aaron Tate, a decorated officer recently pulled from a failed undercover operation. Aaron was sharp, disciplined, and deeply frustrated. He did not believe in consulting monsters to catch monsters, but he followed orders. As the investigation expanded, connections emerged. Every victim had a hidden history: exploitation, abuse, violence that never made it to court. Someone was choosing targets deliberately. Rebecca insisted on visiting the original crime scene. When she saw the reflection, the placement of the trophy, she nodded. The killer knew Ethan, she said. Knew his habits. This wasn't opportunistic. This was personal. Arjun revealed a crucial detail. Only 6 people had access to Rebecca's original case files. 3 were dead. 1 was elderly and incapacitated. That left 2 himself and a former legal consultant named Martin Doyle. Before they could question Doyle, Aaron followed a separate lead. A young man named Noah Pierce, nephew to Martin, had been seen acting strangely, asking questions about old cases, forming obsessive theories about justice. When Aaron tried to detain him, Noah fled. Later, Aaron discovered something chilling. Noah had been writing letters, not to the police, to Rebecca. The letters revealed admiration, worship, a belief that killing the guilty was not a crime but a duty. Yet when Noah was finally captured, something did not fit. He broke too easily. His confession sounded rehearsed. Rebecca, after meeting him, stated flatly that he was not the killer. Someone used him, she said. Someone who understands guilt better than he ever could. While the city reeled from yet another murder, Aaron's personal life began to fracture under the strain. His wife Maya noticed his growing distance. His grandfather Samuel warned him gently that some cases hollow a man out before they break him. Rebecca noticed these fractures too. She asked Aaron personal questions about family, about trust, about what kind of pain stays buried longest. When Rebecca escaped police custody briefly under suspicious circumstances, she did not run far. She went to Maya's workplace, a small salon. She asked for a haircut, spoke kindly, observed closely. Aaron arrived just in time to stop her. Later, the truth surfaced like poison from a wound. Rebecca was his mother. The revelation shattered Aaron's sense of reality. Arjun admitted he had known all along, honoring Rebecca's condition from decades ago. Aaron walked away from the case, unable to reconcile duty with blood. The killings did not stop. A breakthrough came from an unexpected angle. A victim killed months earlier, dismissed as unrelated, matched the same psychological pattern. The crime files had been digitized years ago by a private data company. One employee stood out, Lena Ward. She was quiet, intelligent, close to Aaron's family through Maya's sister, always present, always listening. When Aaron finally connected the dots, it was too late. Maya was taken. Lena contacted Rebecca directly, her voice calm, almost affectionate. She spoke of admiration, of legacy, of correcting the world one sin at a time. She agreed to trade Maya's life for a meeting. Against every order, Rebecca went. The final confrontation revealed everything. Lena was not imitating Rebecca. She was responding to her, a child once saved, then abandoned, a mind shaped by violence, neglect, and idealized justice. Lena believed love was conditional and punishment was mercy. When police stormed the location, Lena tried to escape. She was injured but alive. Maya survived. The case closed on paper. But Rebecca vanished during the chaos. Weeks later, the city returned to its routines. Headlines moved on. Official statements promised safety. Aaron stood alone one evening, staring into a mirror, replaying every decision, every warning he had ignored. Somewhere, a bus pulled away from a quiet terminal, carrying a woman with a calm expression and a past that refused to stay buried. Justice, after all, depends on who gets to define it. Now it's your turn. Who do you think the real criminal was? Share your view in the comments.